Welcome to Hodgson Stadium in Eugene. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. It's the Oklahoma Sooners and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollard, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Well, guys, Oregon quarterback Ncaa is so excited to kick off this season with Oregon. He surpassed an opportunity to be a high draft pick in the NFL to come back for one more ride after a disappointing college football playoff showing last year. He believes Oregon can take it all the way this season, and it will all ride on the Heisman hopes of Ncaa and the Oregon Ducks. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Ducks kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. He'll bring it out. It's Rodgers. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Let's take just a second and talk about Oklahoma. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Looking for room at the 40. Got a little grass. The 20. Past the 10. Touchdown Sooners. Once he got some room, it was over.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he capped it off with some swag and some speed with a 73-yarder for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. Running inside, it's Davison. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. There he goes. Touchdown Ducks!
That's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
He was looking for a lot more on that one. Instead, he's out of bounds at the 14. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Makes it past the marker. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Boy, he's over 100 now at 102 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
Quick strike complete.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Got a man, it's Moore. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They're dealing with a second and long. He wants to change this route. Dante Moore throws to the back. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hill. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it. There's so many ways to use them, but exactly. Get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Dante Moore wants to throw again. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Intercepted. Guess even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
The Sooner offense returns to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
And the Sooners have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Handoff to Xavier. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Makes a grab and room to run. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they take it in for 6 more points. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The run inside. It's Davison. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Hooks. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Here's more to throw. Fires to the middle. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. And on the interception return, he'll finally be stopped at the 33.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
On the snap, it's Walker.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Mateer. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
And you got to be wondering about the psyche of that cornerback now who just gave up the big play. He's going to be looking for that corner route later in the game. He's got to be careful he doesn't overcommit to the outside, because if he does, that could mean a big home run type completion if there's a big in-breaking route by his receiver.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking for room, it's Davison. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. The offense changing the play. Moore. Here's a heat. Oh, big fella almost had a pick right there. Instead, it falls incomplete.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Moore to the air. Shoots it to the left. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
He's inside the 10. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Send the tight end in motion. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
2nd and goal for this offense. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. He might want another play. Throwing Moore. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's Moore. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it right at midfield. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts, Bill Musgrave, or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Moore will throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Ducks are marching down the field. Moore rushes on him, and he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Grabs it up to 25 in stride. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Ducks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll throw it from the red zone. Here comes the heat. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's Moore to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Man, he almost throws another one. And I tell you what, it's just been one of those days. Sometimes it's not your day, and just turning the ball over like they're a nonprofit, man, just giving it away. This offense has been reckless. It's been careless. They've got to do a better job of being smart with the football.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Quarterback making checks. Again, it's Moore. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And this one splits the uprights. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Turning it on. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
He had a whole host of defenders he had to dodge in the backfield.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down the one play to come up with the interception. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback making adjustments. Moore. Complete. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Moore to the air. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Ducks. Gets it into the end zone.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Sategna. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The play action fake. Unloads it left. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be third down.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Wants to throw. It's Mateer. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Maybe some room here. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
And that's why this offense is hard to stop, man. They had that option to pitch it. So as a defense, like, I got to get the quarterback, and then I got to get the pitch man, and they lost the pitch man, and you can tell he made them pay with a big gain down the field.
Looking to throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Off the play fake. Here's the pressure. Got out of trouble and throws. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He stopped. Not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, it's third and long. They're trying to throw beyond the sticks to get the first down. What a great job by the defender that time, breaking on the ball, snagging it out of the air, and securing that interception.
Fires to the right. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. He's taking the shot. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown Sooners. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Throwing more. Using his legs to buy some time. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
I mean, this game has to feel like a living nightmare for this quarterback. We're still in the first half, and this guy, with all the interceptions he's thrown, with all the inaccurate balls, nothing is going right. They have no semblance of a passing game because they simply cannot establish a rhythm under center.
And man, oh man, I just don't understand what we're trying to do offensively. Like, last possession was your 4th pick, and coming out, throwing again. They've got to find some way to settle this dude down or settle his behind on the bench and find somebody else that can make some plays.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He rifles one deep to the left. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with UAB taking on the Illinois Fighting Illini. And it's the Blazers with a statement victory here and a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return.
Pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
He'll start the third quarter with the run. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Dante Moore fires to the right. He's got it. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play-action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to? And throw and catch for the first down. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. More to the air again. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 3rd down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. Dante Moore wants to throw again. Got his man. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately.
And that's really good tackling by this defense, man. 3rd down, understanding the sticks. And what you got to do is break on the football. That drag route comes open. He sees him. He throws it. Man, it does not stay open long because they break on the football with great tackling and force the 4th down.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here come the Sooners, ready to go on offense. He's in open space downfield. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Connection to the right. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many
There's a crease. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Third quarter, opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. The give on the inside. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
On third down, he drops to throw. Got him downfield. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking.
And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Here's Moore to throw. Looking to the big tight end. That's reeled in. It's Johnson. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Man, we're watching a quarterback duel here. Both of these guys are absolutely slinging it every time they're on the field. Now it's this guy's turn, and he's taking advantage of the opportunities. This defense has not had an answer for him. They're not getting enough pressure on him. When he has this kind of time, he is just going to carve you up.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Again, it's Moore. They get to him as he throws. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt, first half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And he added the extra point. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Sends it back in motion. The option look. The keeper on the option. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Touchdown, Ducks! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job. Is crazy in college football, but here in the second half they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now clearly on their side.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Rodgers. He's out of bounds at his own 16-yard line, and he just couldn't find the corner on that return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll run the option. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The House of Loud is deafening on this third down. Throws to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Might be changing the route. Moore. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
And almost another interception for this defense. They've been picking him off like crazy. They've shut down this passing attack, creating so many big plays. This defense is dialed in, locked in, and really creating havoc for this offense.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. We reached a quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a third down play. From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And they get the completion and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Quarterback will keep it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. They'll have a first down here, a Week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Throwing more. Still looking on the move. Keeps it and gets the first down. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Moore to the air. Fires to the wideout. Snags it. Touchdown, Ducks. They move on top here in the 4th.
This team right now is showing you why they were the higher-ranked team coming into this game. Yeah, they were sleepwalking a little bit earlier. They knew coming in, David, they were going to be facing a really good opponent. Good teams don't quit, and they've come all the way back now to take the lead. And they had a pretty big deficit not that long ago.
And this is a good team they're playing. They're showing they're one of the better teams in the country. I mean, to battle back from several touchdowns down, like not to blink, not to bat an eye, not to quit, they're proving why they're a great team.
Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. After getting pushed back on the holding call, here comes 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've been outstanding the last couple of possessions, both times winding up in the end zone, and they've grabbed the lead. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Making side adjustments here. Dante Moore. Looking left. He makes the catch. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
And this is the part of the game where you can really see this guy take over, right? Like, you've got the lead, the big running back. He's physical in the fourth quarter, starting to get a little bit tired. Let's see if he can keep this going.
Moore will throw. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Lost, the defense is wide open. Touchdown, Oregon! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And we call his name again. This is the same guy. Remember, he had the defensive touchdown already. Now getting in the backfield, getting to the quarterback, getting the sack. He's been all over the field today.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Gets open down the middle. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. They're going to go from their own side. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Running, just shedding tackles. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Or maybe a double pass. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mateer. Pressure coming, and they got it.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Finally brought down the run-of-play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. So the defense can't stop the clock 3 times here, so they can't just kneel on it. Need to pick up a first down. Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. The Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They'll run it. It's Davison. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Bringing the heat. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Ducks! A great catch and run for 6.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Little bit of uncertainty there. Play clock down to 4, and they'll call a timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Gets the back moving. They'll run the option. Pulls it on the option. And he couldn't find any room to breathe. What a great job on the run fits by this defense.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explode.
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off.
And I don't know what happened at halftime, but man, did this defense play night and day different. They got it together, and really, they gave so much momentum to their offense by continuing to get stops, playing totally different with energy, with passion. Palmer, it's a clinic from first half to second half to what this defense just did.
Yeah, kudos to the coaching staff, too, for the adjustment.